going to be talking about the four virtues of Stoicism. Now, in the last video I did on Stoicism was a brief introduction to Stoicism. I went into the Stoic concepts of the economy of control, and I also went into the concept of locus of control. So when you get a chance, go on my YouTube channel, click on the last video I did on Stoicism when you get a chance to give you a basic general introduction to Stoic philosophy.
Stoicism guides us with four essential virtues: wisdom, the ability to navigate complex situations with clarity and logic. It's about making the best decisions based on knowledge. Courage, it's not just physical bravery, but also standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult. Justice, ensuring fairness in our actions, treating others with kindness and respect, a balance in all things. Temperance, the practice of self-restraint and moderation in all aspects of life. These virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, provide a compass for a fulfilling life.
When you get a chance, go on my WordPress and read my article I did on objectivism and stoicism for people who want like a basic understanding of what the hell stoicism is and objectivism, which I'll get to in the future. Just go on my WordPress, and I'll leave the link below. You can click on it. So go on my WordPress and just read the article, and it'll give like if you never heard of objectivism, if you never heard of stoicism, if you're just off the street, don't know anything about it, just read my WordPress blog on it. It'll give you like a basic introduction. Now, when it comes down to the four virtues of stoicism, some people call them the four cardinal virtues of Stoicism, or you just call them like the four virtues of Stoicism. But the main, I won't say the main, but there's only four of them. You know what I'm saying? But the ones, let me just go down the list. Okay, the first one is justice. The second one is temperance. Third one is courage, and the fourth one is wisdom. Now, it depends on what book you're reading and what article you're reading, because when I go on Google and read different articles about the four virtues of Stoicism, they don't really have them like in a specific order. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it just depends on the article. But what I do is, first one I'll go into is the one on justice. Then I'll do temperance, then courage, and then last but not least is wisdom. Number one, justice. In Stoicism, justice means helping the greater good. The great Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius said, "A commitment to justice in your own acts, which means thought and action resulting in the common good, what you were born to do." In other words, only seeking self benefits and not caring about others isn't justice. True happiness comes from helping others from justice. If we hurt other people, we also hurt ourselves. Marcus Aurelius said, what injures the hive injures the bee." But when we help others, we also help ourselves. It's a win-win. Now, of course, when people think of justice, a lot of people they'll automatically think of, the judicial system. They think about stopping crime, things of that nature. But within Stoicism, justice pretty much deals with treating people fairly, treating people with a proper respect, and also it means carrying yourself in a way that's just and righteous. The way I look at justice and stoicism, it means that you as an individual who goes about his or her life every day has to maintain the peace. I mean, carry yourself in a way like you don't do harm to others. You go to work every day, pay your taxes, pay your bills, don't litter. It sounds mundane, but you know, um, don't commit crimes. Don't do anything petty. Carry yourself with dignity and respect. That's what I get from like justice from a Stoic standpoint. That's just my opinion on that. And when it comes down to temperance, um, temperance in Stoicism means temperance is about moderation and discipline. On temperance, Marcus Aurelius said, if you seek tranquility, do less, or more accurately, do what's essential, which brings a double satisfaction. To do less better, because most of what we say and do is not essential. If you can eliminate it, you'll have more time and more tranquility. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Now, temperance is another word for moderation. Now, that can mean like, don't drink too much, don't eat too much, um, don't overindulge. When you go out partying, don't get drunk, just have like two or three alcoholic beverages at the most, but don't like, I mean, that's my rule. It's like if I'm out somewhere, never get intoxicated while you're out because that'll make you vulnerable and everything. But if you drink in moderation when out and about, that's fine. And also, we'll come down to gluttony. Don't eat too much. Just don't overeat. Don't indulge in uh, illegal substances. If you have any bad habits, get rid of it. But I like what he said. It said, let me just reread this right here. If you eliminate it, you have more time and more tranquility. That means like if you have any bad habits that take up your time, if you play video games too much, or if you watch TV too much, and that could even mean like if you're on the internet too much. If you eliminate like little stuff like that out of your life, or either don't, I don't say like eliminate it entirely, but cut down on playing video games, cut down on watching TV during your free time, or what have you. You have more free time to like do more positive things like exercise, workout, read, study, work or whatever. What I'm saying? That'll improve your life tremendously. If you just practice moderation. And as for me, by nature, I'm kind of like moderate in a way. I'll really overindulge too much. Yeah, I'll say for me, it's like when it comes down to overindulgence, I would say I'm probably on the internet too much, social media too much. Even though I'm not on social media as most people are, but I would say like me personally, if I would just like get out the bad habit of like get up in the morning, checking my Facebook or checking my social media X, or it used to be called Twitter, now it's called X, or just get out the habit of like go on YouTube watching videos and stuff like that. I would just cut that down. I think I have more productive time and like clean up my home, exercise, stuff like that. I have more time to like more time to talk to my family, go out, make new friends, or like find ways to make more money. Little stuff like that that'll help a lot for me personally if I just cut down on what I do every day. What I'm saying? I'm sure like a lot of people need that temperance or moderation or discipline in their life as well. You know, if you have a bad habit like smoking, get rid of that bad habit. What I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of bad habits are detrimental to your health. So I'm not a smoker, but if you have that habit, it's best to like do your best, do the best you can to like get rid of that bad habit. You know, And I'm not a drinker. I drink moderate. I mean, I drink, but it's like very moderate, you know. And now when it comes down to courage, um, courage and stoicism is courage is about having the bravery and persistence to do what's right to fight for justice. When Stoic teacher uh, Epictetus was asked for advice on how a person can thrive, he said, two words should be committed to memory and obeyed by alternately by, by alternately exerting and restraining ourselves, persist and resist. Um, we need to be brave and we need to be brave and persist in what's right. We also need to restrain ourselves from doing what's wrong. Doing small evils or doing bad things because others are doing it is not courageous. What I get from that, we'll come down to Epictetus. He was one of the Stoics. First everybody knows Marcus Aurelius, but one thing about Epictetus, he was a Stoic. He was like he started out as a slave, believe it or not. And one thing interesting about Stoicism, you have people from different backgrounds. Even though Marcus Aurelius was emperor of Rome, Epictetus, he's probably like the most second known, well known Stoic. But his background, he doesn't come from any kind of royalty or anything like that. He started out as a slave, and he became like one of the most popular Stoics. And a lot of his quotes, a lot of his writings talk about do not conform. He speaks against conformity. And and I like what he said about courage because they said the opposite of courage is not fear, but opposite of courage is conformity. I'm sure a lot of people heard that quote. I'm not sure that's attributed to Epictetus, but that's pretty much his line of thinking on that when it comes down to like bravery and courage. You know, and and I've said that a lot because in this day and age, for some reason, people love to conform to the crowd, conform to the status quo. And nowadays, if you really want to be courageous or brave, you don't necessarily have to do anything crazy to prove that you're brave. The only thing you got to do is like, you know, do uh, do your own thing. Work toward your goals, be yourself, and be yourself in a positive way. Because be yourself could be negative, but be yourself as in like, find your authentic self and improve upon that. You know, and that's what it means by like improving yourself. And it go down to wisdom. I'm not gonna read this whole article. It's a pretty good article, and this article I just found online. It's like one out of many articles I found on Stoicism. And what I do is, if you want to read the whole article, I put it in the description below. And last but not least, wisdom. Wisdom is about pursuing proper and enlightening education. We should seek to improve our wisdom every day through every event for the rest of our lives. Wisdom is the supporting foundation for the other three virtues. It's thanks to wisdom that we know how to be just and what to be just about. Justice. We know what to be courageous about, what to persist in, and what to resist. Courage. What the right amount of in degree of something should be. Temperance. Now, wisdom. Yeah, the way I look at wisdom is about learning from experience. You got some people they obey authority, they obey authority, and they think just because they obey authority or they go about their lives about what they've been taught by other people, they think that's wisdom. That's not wisdom. That's a conformity. Wisdom is pretty much like you've been through hell in your life. then you found a way out of it, and you know not to go certain routes. You've dealt with different people in your life. Through that you develop a strong intuition, and with the intuition, you have the ability to read people. You know what situations not to go into. You know who to hang around, not to hang around, and also with that wisdom and intuition, you can foresee a lot of things that will happen in the future. You know, just not psychic power, but just like intuition in the sense, like you see patterns in situations, you see patterns in people that you can predict the outcome of what's about to happen. That's wisdom, you know. But those are the four virtues of Stoicism. And I mean, this is just like I said before, this is like one article out of many. And one thing I like about this article is that it ties it into Eastern philosophy, and it goes, you got Stoicism, you got Confucianism, Taoism, and you also have Buddhism. And one thing about Stoicism is very, very similar to Eastern philosophy. Very similar. It's not identical, but very similar. Because I heard somebody say like Stoicism is like the European version of Eastern philosophy, which it kind of is, But I mean, don't really like branch from each other, because Stoicism comes from the Greek or Roman tradition. Taoism, Zen, Confucianism comes out of Buddhism, and even though they're similar, but I would say like read up on all philosophies. Don't just stick with one particular philosophy. Because some people that have this weird bad habit, they just stick with one thing, which is weird. You can have like a preference. I'd be like Stoicism. If you just still want to stick with that, that's fine. But also, when you get a chance, read up on what else is out there, because you just read up on what's out there, and whatever that teaching is, whatever teachings and lessons to get from that, apply that to your life. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I gotta say for that. But like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. Put in the comments below. And I just want to make a video on this topic, and I suggest you guys do your own further research. And peace. Hey guys, if you want to contact me, you can contact me on my Facebook page. You can also contact me on my X page, or you can also email me at sanuacard@gmail.com.
The way it come is so profound. Now let's see, how many horses in this merry-go-round? Is it me? What do we have to do to cope when things ain't easy? Cause the same things that hurt me be the same things that please me. I reach for the sun and I give thanks for a change season. Water, earth, wind, and fire, so many reasons to build